Today I'm going to do a short video segment on one of my recent scouting trips. Um, it's nothing special, but there's a few things that I found that pretty interesting, and when all the small pieces of the puzzle add up, you can usually find some pretty good deer hunting. So this first part will show you a few things that I found on a short walk in the winter. I usually try to do more scouting when there's less snow on the ground, but just due to schedules and things like that, I go when I can. And you always seem to learn something. The snow adds a little bit of context to where the deer are moving. It's easy to see beds, and it just really kind of lays out the land for you, and it shows you exactly what the deer are doing. So a lot of times I like to do a couple of scouts with the snow on the ground, and then we'll also do a bunch of scouting with spring thaw here and showing all the sign from last season. So I'll bring some more of that throughout the year here. So plan on having a little series about scouting and especially post-season scouting, which is what I do most of. And hope you take along.
A lot of beds in here. This is right by the road. There were small beds though. Fresh hair. A lot of poop. Be a pretty significant amount of deer coming from across the road, but I know there's also some that bed up here, and I want to find those beds. So we'll get close to this area and see where they're bedding. So here's some urine in the snow, and you can see it had to be a buck just because there's a branch right here, and there's branches over here and a poker there, and I just don't think a doe is going to sit in that and pee, and you don't see any other footprints around it. So a buck was actually standing on this trail right here, basically peed right on the side there, and there's a few more other characteristics along this trail that tell me it's a buck using this. One of the things I notice here is a lot of the treetops here are actually bent off. They're not nipped off, they're cracked, and they're at about the height of a buck, whereas rack would come through. So it makes a lot of sense to me that this is probably a buck track coming through here. Now some of these are pretty old, and this buck may not exist here anymore, but it's worth noting their travel paths, because a lot of times the deer are going to use the same travel paths over the years. So just a quick tip, and we'll keep going. So I just kicked a bunch of deer out of this area here, and it appears it to be like a winter feeding and bedding area. Like, you can see these clumps of grass are just solid chewed right off. It's not really grass, there must be some kind of forbs in there. They don't really like to eat the grass, but there's moss in there they're probably trying to get to. And you can see there's tons of tracks in here. Everything's pawed up and worked up, so there are probably, I don't know, 8-10 deer in here just now. and I bumped them out, but hopefully they're not too disturbed here, and I don't waste too much of their energy during this scouting trip. But I do need to get in here and check this out just to see what they're doing and have plans for future winter hunts, or just see how the deer are using the lay of the land.
If you're enjoying this content, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.